Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my Italy series. I know that you want to see what else I got, and yeah, normally I would have put this all in one very long video, but I thought actually I'm talking about 5 different towns and there is a lot of fabric. We should probably split this up. So this time we are going to be talking about Lecce. Lecce is right down in the south of Italy in the region of Puglia, and it is in the bottom of the hill. So that little high hill bit is like almost at the bottom, so we're pretty far south in Italy. At this point, Sam and I have already checked into our beautiful Masseria, which is a farm. It's like a farm hotel. It was absolutely gorgeous. So we were there living it up, drinking the wine, eating the food, living that great Italian lifestyle. 100%, 10 out of 10 would recommend. We decided to go to Lecce for lunch, which was for a couple of hours, but we had to get there a couple of hours before lunchtime. So we made sure we were there in the morning. Why? Well, turns out, like Spain, Italy also has like an afternoon siesta type situation. I don't think they call it siesta, they call it something else. All the stores kind of different, but round about the same time. So I'm thinking about 12 o'clock till about 3, maybe even 4, the shops are closing. Now, in a big city like Lecce, things are still open, but there are a lot of things that do close. And the fabric stores there were one of them. I made sure that we got there early so I could do a little bit of fabric shopping before we went to lunch. That way, when they do close around lunchtime, we can have our food and I haven't missed out on going fabric shopping in one of the bigger cities in the south of Italy. We are back out in the streets again. This time I'm in Lecce, which is quite a big city near the coast and down in the bottom of the hill. So I've got maybe an hour or so before the shops close for their long lunches to go and see if there's any fabric here before we head off to the next town. And there are a few, there are a couple, and today they are all open. So we're heading over to the first one now. They're all kind of close to each other, so we're going to head over to one, then head over to another and see what we can find. Okay, first place we're heading to is Tessuti, Rizzoli, Scampoli. I think that's the name. It's a lot of names. I will show you everywhere that I go. But yeah, I'm probably not going to do very well in terms of the names. We'll give it a go. I have found the first one, Tessuti, Scampoli, Rigamis, Sfizzeri. Okay, all right, let's go inside, see what there is. First store was a success. I actually picked up some silks with a little bit of elastine in it to make myself some slinky tops and dresses, so quite excited about that. Here we go, and now we're going to head over to the next spot, which I don't know where it is from here, so I will probably get a little bit lost, but let's go. All right, we found the next spot, so we're going to go inside. Already looking pretty promising in the windows. Really like both of these, and they're in the scrap store. They're 10 euros. I'm totally taking these. All right, we have bag number 2, and that fabric store was actually surprisingly bigger than I thought it would be. From the front it looked a little bit small, and then when you first walk in there are like pajamas and towels and bedding and linen, but then you kind of get to the back and it's all fabric, and there was some really good stuff in there, so I was actually quite happy to see. So there's a coupons table where they have like all the scraps. Coupons in French, in Italian I think it's called scamporelli, and they have all like the cut fabrics, but I found some really nice ones and more than enough to actually make an outfit with. So I'm very, very happy with that. So I only spent like 30 euros because it was just so cheap. So yeah, now I have to go find my husband because I've ran out of places to go, which means now it's time for some gelato. So the first place was pretty small, a little place, but absolutely filled to the brim, floor to ceiling fabric. There were also a few other people in there, so it did get a little bit crowded, but the ladies that served me were very nice and they were very gracious with my very broken Italian and spoke to me in English, and also had been to London, so we had lots to talk about. I ended up walking away with 4 fabrics there. I would say in terms of prices, I would say it was quite reasonable in Lecce. Maybe it is because it's a bigger city, they get more customers, so they can set prices a little bit lower, but I did find a few bargains in both of these stores. Silk in Italy is very expensive. I will say that right off the bat. So this first place, I didn't want to spend a ton of money, but I still wanted some really nice quality. They had some really nice silk blends. So it was silk that was mixed with viscose, so you got something that was slightly durable, but also still has the same kind of characteristics as silk. So we started off with this beautiful green color. I don't know if the camera really shows it that well, but it's a really, really nice green. Not quite sage green, but not forest green. It's like somewhere in between. It's like an avocado green, you know? Anyway, really, really liked this. So I got 2.5 meters of this silk blend, and just like look at that drape. It's heavy. That would make a gorgeous dress. I have been looking at the Rat and Boa website, and they've got some beautiful dresses there, which would translate really, really well in this fabric. So I will probably have a go at making something along the lines in this green. The next color I got was this really nice burgundy color, trying to get some more jewel tones in my wardrobe. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This would make a great dress. It would also make a beautiful shirt. As I was saying, elevated basics. As I said in my last video, I love wearing shirts, but making a silk shirt to make something that's like quite casual, feel very luxe and elevated, absolutely. I got 3 meters of this because I also want to make a few other things. Got lots of options here and is very, very wide and just so drapey and feels so good on the skin. The last color I got was black because you can't really go wrong with a black silk blend. It's again, super drapey, feels really good on the skin, can be used for a whole variety of different things. You can make a nice slinky dress with this, you can make a shirt with this, you could have a skirt with this, it can be used to line something else, and also it could make a very nice set of black pajamas, which would also give me an opportunity to use all of those trims that I've been collecting over the years. There are a few that I got from Portugal, some lace trims, which would look really good in contrast because it's cream. I think it would look gorgeous. So maybe these become some nightwear, some like lingerie style nightwear. Possibly. Possibly. The last fabric I got from that store was this. This I actually found in the remnants box. In Italy, I think the remnants box is called Scampoli, but I found this in there. It's only 1 meter, but that is absolutely enough to make myself something really cute. It's 1 meter, but 150 wide. And this one is a 100% silk. So this one is the softest of all 4 of those fabrics. So gorgeous. And I thought, I know it's only 1 meter. I think I can make it work. Maybe a cowl neck top, something like that. Can you see the vision? And if I really can't find anything to do with this, then what I will do is bind the edges, and this becomes a very nice silk scarf. So we will find options for this, but this is gorgeous. Like, look at the drape of that. It's so, so gorgeous. So that was the first store, which I walked out pretty happy with. Then I headed about 8 minutes down the road to the other store, Merino Tex. This place, walking in, I wasn't even sure if it was fabric. The windows outside were showing fabric, but when you open the door, the first thing I saw was rugs, duvets, like carpets and stuff like that. And I find that quite a few stores, at least in Italy and sometimes in Spain and also in Portugal, their fabric stores also, you can get like bed linens and stuff like that in the same store, and towels. So often that stuff might be at the beginning of the store and you have to go inside before you see fabric and stuff like that. Opened up to a really, really large store with loads and loads of fabric. And there I found my most favorite find of the trip so far, but I will show you that last. So first up, I found this fabric. Now this doesn't even look like I'm holding a fabric. This is a black stretch knitted mesh. It is very, very see-through, but it does have a like chevron, almost like a Missoni style gold thread that's been stitched across the front. So you can only really see it when you double or triple it up, but it is really, really nice. And I immediately thought either beach cover up, just like a long mesh dress to go over the bikini, or it could be like a top or like a sarong style thing. So I got 2 meters of this, and this was only 10 euros a meter. I remember because it was like the cheapest thing I could find in there, and 10 euros a meter. So I got a couple of meters of this so that I can make myself some beach cover things. After I found that and thought, wow, 10 euros a meter, that is so cheap. Right behind it was a remnants box. Now this remnants box was very, very large. So I had a good old root around and I found 2 things. The first thing was this, another mesh style fabric, this time in white. The mesh is kind of woven in a grid. This is not stretch at all, and it's also quite a structured fabric. It has next to no drape to it. In between the white squares is gold thread, so it kind of sheens in the light, but is also super see-through. This would make a really good structured 2-piece, at least in my eyes, I think it does. It would also make a really good like dress that needs structure, but something that's obviously made to be worn in hot weather with either a slip underneath or something that can be worn over the beach. I don't think I'd make this as a beach thing. I have 2 patterns that I think would work really well. The Vicky Sews Kamala, which is a really brand new pattern, is basically a big sleeved shirt top with a tie. There is another one called the Alberta, which is also very similar, which would work really, really great because it's quite structured, and that would look really good. I think that would work really, really well with that fabric, and I was quite excited when I saw the price. All of this, which is 3.5 meters for 10 euros whole thing. That's when I saw the sign on the remnants box. It said 10 euros, and I was like, what do you mean all of this fabric is 10 euros? I was very happy. I put it in my cart immediately. Right after I put that in my cart, I saw one more fabric where I thought, oh my gosh, I cannot believe all of this fabric is 10 euros. What's wrong with it? There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a cut piece of fabric. And this is my most favorite buy of Lecce. This is a denim. It's a denim. It was 10 euros. This is a lightweight denim. Not denim for jeans. Think chambray, like lightweight shirt denim in this really dark grey wash. And on top, it has been embroidered with sequins and it has an outline of gold. I do not know what I'm going to make with this, but whatever it is going to be great. So this came in 2 meters for 10 euros. So with that, the first thing I thought is that would look amazing as like a denim style jacket with like the back panel and the front panel and maybe something different for the sleeves. It would work as a panel in everything, even if you made a pair of jeans, like maybe the pocket. It could work as a pair of trousers, but I think that might be too much. But it would also really work as a corseted bustier top. That would also really, really work. So there's plenty of things that could be. I haven't figured out what exactly it's going to be, but I am going to be looking through all of my patterns to see if there's something that could work with that, because I think that could be really, really special. It needs to be something quite fancy so that you can go out and just sparkle all night in it. Yeah. So overall, in that last store, I think I spent about 40 euros. I did 2 meters of the mesh fabric, and then the 2 remnants were at 10 euros each. I was very happy with that, and that would be the least money that I spend in this whole entire trip. Everything else, including the store before where I spent about 100 euros for those 4 pieces of silk and silk blend. Price goes up quite substantially when we get to the other 3 towns that I went to, but if you want to see that, you are going to have to wait for the other 3 videos. But that is it for everything that I got in Lecce, so thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you think in the comments. What should I be making out of this gorgeous fabric? Better yet, what should I be making out of this? Like, I've got some ideas, but I always want to hear your ideas ideas. I read every single comment. And if you haven't already, then subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I post another video, and also another video in this Italy series. This was Lecce, next one, Taranto. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Ciao.